Hello Tubesters, and welcome to another video by me, Gav. Got that completely the wrong way, and it's just at the beginning, never mind. I've just wanted to show this Khalgrim bust. You've probably seen it over the last couple of months, and then it just went into the ether. I just wasn't so much lost interest with it, it was just a really hard bust. There was a lot of cleaning up involved in it, which was a shame really, because the facial features and that fantastic on it, but there was a lot for resin. I had it wasn't so much flash, it was just lumps of resin, and it's not even the casting blocks. It was, I don't know what to suggest really. I don't do a lot of this yet, so I don't have a lot to go on. Sorry if I'm squinting, I've got this light extra shiny in my eyes at the moment, bouncing off my bald head. Yeah, it was a real hard job cleaning it all up. I actually thought the face I managed to get fairly well cleaned up. It had a big band going literally across the top of the brow, connecting with the ears. It was just a big, almost like a road or a path going straight across, and there was other bits like inside the shield. Inside, in the end, the shield was there was that many lumps inside it. And because it's resin, I couldn't do it outside. I got proper, they used to do me airbrushing on with. I use a proper breathing mask in that. I'd wet all the surface of my cutting mat down to collect as much dust as I could, but it was just turning me off. And when I came to do the painting, as you guys know, because if you've been following any of the videos I've been putting up and putting them on the playlist, it was difficult and enjoyable at the same time. Horrible cleaning process. Yes, I've learned a bit from it. Painting wise, the face, it sounds big-headed, but the face I think really came up well. I decided to go with a blonde look with the green rather than the blue armour and the red head. There is a lot more transitions in the hair. It's just under the lights, you'll see in a minute, it tends to bleach out a lot, and I did actually make him quite whitey blonde anyway, but all I've got left to do was put the white glints in the eye. It was late at night and I decided, no, I'm just going to put those glints straight across the eyeballs if I'm not careful. And there was some other bits and pieces I needed to do. I wasn't happy overall with the non-metallic that I was trying to go for. I've done my best. I wanted the axe particularly, which was actually metal, not resin, the axe was, and also the ponytail was metal as well, if you look back at some of the videos. I wanted the axe not to look rusty, but like dull, grubby, not like an elfin, like, whoa, blingy bright, if that makes any sense. So yeah, so I'll keep looking down because I'm looking at the busters as I'm speaking to you. I just got to a point where it was almost done, and I just lost focus with it. I just needed to put it aside, which is, with me, I've got no problem doing that. I'm not on this wasn't a commission piece or anything. I doubt anybody would pay me for that type of work, but it was just a case I could put it to one side, put it in one of my boxes out the way of the dust, and just pick it up when I was ready to have another go. And I've got a couple of other things I want to pick up soon, not so much even just figure painting. I'm determined to do myself a scale model kit at some stage, and I need to have a bit of time set aside for that. So I'll still be painting in the daytime because I more or less paint 7 days a week, and into the evenings. So I want a bit of time to do that, but I didn't want another project. I didn't want to be juggling 5 and 6 projects at once. So I've done the best I can with him. Non-metallic, I've got a heck of a long way to go before I get any good at it, especially at this scale. Obviously the larger the scale, the more flaws you can see in it, as in the painter. But I've got to call this one done, complete. I can't do any more. I'm just going to be going around in circles with it. So the next time I do non-metallic metal in this scale, hopefully I'd have learned a bit and add on a bit more, a bit more knowledge as we go. So guys, if you'd like to join me down at the bench, we'll have a quick look at this, and I just want to show him complete, you know, what they call a reveal, and to say he's done, and he can go. I don't actually even have a cabinet to put. I've only got 2 busts so far anyway, and my Native American 54mm figure, but I actually just keep them in a plastic storage box. It's a shame, really. Because I just don't want any dust on them, so I just get them out and have a look occasionally, and then they go back in. But anyway, guys, thanks for your patience so far in this ramble. Join me at the bench, and we'll have a quick look at the figure. Right, guys, thank you very much for joining me at the bench. And here is Khalgrim in all his green glory. Whether it was a good idea trying to paint him in green, I don't know. At the end of the day, as I keep saying, you've got to try stuff. If you don't try stuff, you know, if you don't get out your comfort zone, then you don't learn. So, you know, that's my excuse anyway. So I'll just tip him up slightly. As I say, for my standards, I think the face has come out quite well. I wanted the face to be fairly whitey, not bleached, but not too many purples and that, you know, going into the face to darken it, because I wanted to have that. He's got his quite blonde hair, and I wanted the face and the scalp to represent that. I have put some colour into the side of the scalp just to show that the hair's been cut back there, shaved, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, though, because the hair is so blonde, it wouldn't normally show up. The fur at the back there wasn't hardly any real detail apart from some deep ridges in it, and I really struggled really knowing what to do with that. As I say, the figure itself is pros and cons. Somebody can do a heck of a lot better than I've done with it. I got it mainly because of that face. You know, you could have probably put the face on a cocktail stick, and I'd have probably bought that instead. But you know, it is what it is. So here we go around the mulberry bush. And a tiny little bit of, just noticed a tiny bit of glue on his scalp lock there. I've got to paint out. Always something that you find under the lights. See, I'm not massively happy with the shield. I actually don't mind this is supposed to be metallized, like a brownie metallized look. That's why I've gone with the stippling and the striations, if you want to put them that in the shield itself. This I just failed completely. I wasn't happy with that at all. But I didn't want it bright, but I didn't want it. You know, I don't know. It's just not. It's not worked for me. I'm not happy with that whatsoever. But I have that shield boss has had numerous colours on it, being painted out, started again, and I just thought, Gav, you got to stop. You know, you're beating yourself up on this one. So I decided to let it go. You know, as I say, I've done what I can do with it. It's only my second bust, and it's the first fantasy bust I've done. So I keep telling myself that. It makes me feel a bit better. I couldn't get, for the life of me, I couldn't get these beard braids to push in. I did try and heat them up. I heated them in water, and they would not yield. Now, again, that is probably just all down to me. I was nervous of pushing it too far in case I snapped them off, because that could really do with connecting in with this sash, or that's probably what he keeps his shield on, I suppose. And so it could do with, they could all do with fitting in that bit closer, but they just wouldn't yield. So again, it's little things like that sometimes when you just can't make things work for you. You start beating yourself up a bit. But as I say, you know, when I look at the face, I think from my second bust face, I think he's great. It's just everything else that I'm not overly keen on. So, guys, thank you very much for stopping by and taking a look at this bust. As I say, it's the bust is called Khalgrim. It's mostly resin. The head, torso, and shield's resin. The axe and the little ponytail at the back is white metal. And it's from scale 75, and you're looking at around the 200mm mark, so 1 in 10 scale bust. You can see roughly as I've been holding him scale to my hand. So thank you very much for stopping by and taking a look. I hope everything's going well with you guys. Maybe think about picking a bust up yourself and having a go. You know, it is a lot of fun. As I say, this has been, I've beat myself up slightly over it, but at the same time, I acknowledge I've been learning a heck of a lot from it at the same time. So, you know, I'm happy to call this complete. So maybe try and bust yourself, or maybe a larger scale figure, and just see if you enjoy it. So thank you very much, guys. Oh, one more thing, it's painted in acrylic paints, literally every paint company out there, of scale 75, Vallejo model, and yeah, mainly model colours from Vallejo, and Andrea for the reds, from my red Andrea range. So guys, thank you very much for stopping by and taking a look. Take care of yourselves. We'll catch each other soon on another video.